Did you know that where you live might significantly predict how much you use artificial intelligence?
Yeah, it's kind of surprising.
And maybe even more surprisingly, who's really winning the global AI race?
Huh.
Well, it might just challenge what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Or imagine this, typing out messages easily just by thinking them.
Wow.
It's not science fiction anymore. It's actually happening. Today, we're looking at a really fascinating exploration of the very latest in AI.
From all angles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From the uneven global landscape of adoption,
Yeah.
all the way to this kind of mind-bending, brain-like computing that could totally redefine our tech future.
Yeah, some big shifts potentially.
Lots to unpack there. Our mission, like always, is to pull out the most important nuggets. Give you a shortcut to being really well-informed without all that info overload.
Let's do it.
So let's dive in. Okay, we're kicking off with some really compelling data. This isn't just theory or predictions.
Right, real world stuff.
Anthropic, the team behind the AI model, Claude, they just put out this massive usage report.
Mm-hmm.
It's based on over 1 million anonymized conversations from just August this year.
So very recent data.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is what's actually happening. Who's using AI right now and how?
And the findings? Well, they're pretty stark. The landscape is anything but uniform. Super uneven, actually.
How so?
If you look at the U.S., you've got these power users really clustered in places like California, D.C., Utah.
Usual tech hubs, maybe.
Sort of, yeah. But then many southern and plains states noticeably lagging behind.
Okay.
And it's not just a U.S. thing. Globally, the differences are even bigger.
Yeah.
Countries like Israel, Singapore, Canada, they're way ahead in adopting AI.
Way ahead.
But then nations like India, Nigeria, and frankly, most lower-income countries are trailing significantly behind.
So it's definitely not a uniform wave washing over everyone.
Not at all.
It's a fascinating picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this data really matters because, well, where AI is heavily used today, kind of previews which tasks, maybe even jobs, it might start to augment or replace tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a leading indicator.
And this feeds directly into that whole productivity gap discussion, right? That growing difference in output between people or companies using AI effectively and those who aren't.
Absolutely. And what's really striking, maybe even counterintuitive, is that high-skilled workers seem to be benefiting the most right now.
Not necessarily leveling the field then.
Not yet, it seems. They're using AI to fill knowledge gaps faster, speed up decisions, basically multiply their output.
Oh.
So instead of closing the gap, it's actually widening it. It's amplifying the advantages for those already kind of ahead.
That's quite a finding, not the narrative we often hear. And I do appreciate Anthropic being transparent here. They didn't just publish the findings. They actually open sourced the data set.
Oh, that's great for researchers.
Yeah, and they introduced something called an AI usage index. Basically, a tool to track how AI spreads over time in different places.
That'll be useful for policymakers too, I bet.
Definitely. Provides some real data to work with. So thinking about this really uneven global adoption, what does that tell us about AI's immediate impact on different economies?
Well, it strongly suggests AI will probably deepen existing divides before it starts leveling things out. Yeah, that's a sobering thought, the whole divide thing. But while those big trends play out, let's pivot. Let's look at the sheer speed of innovation happening right now.
Okay, some rapid fire stuff.
Exactly. Our Today in AI segment, get ready for some pretty wild things. First up, a founder actually built a $100K media brand completely solo.
Solo? How?
Using an AI agent. Now, an AI agent, just so we're clear, is basically software that acts on its own to do tasks.
Right, autonomously.
This one scrapes news, writes content, makes videos, even posts everything.
That's incredible. One person doing the work of a small team.
Pretty much. It just completely changes the game for entrepreneurs, you know?
It really does. Lowers that barrier to entry significantly. What else is catching your eye?
Okay, then there's this. Almost telepathic wearable.
Uh-oh, sci-fi alert.
Feels like it. It's being called the world's first wearable that lets you speak without moving your mouth.
Wait, what?
Or type messages literally at the speed of thought. Beat.
Whoa. Just imagine the possibilities there, especially for communication accessibility.
It's a huge leap, right? And yeah, early access is already open for it.
That feels like something straight out of a movie.
Okay.
Bypassing traditional input methods entirely.
Totally.
You wonder about the learning curve, the practicalities.
Right.
But the potential is just massive.
Yeah, the rollout will be fascinating. And for creators, VE'd just launched Fabric 1.0.
VE, the video platform.
Yep.
It's an AI talking video model. It can make these emotional 1-minute videos, apparently 7 times faster, just from a single photo.
From one photo. How realistic does it look?
Surprisingly realistic. It's really blurring those lines. Also, Gamma, that AI presentation tool.
Oh yeah, heard a lot about them.
They just hit $50 million in annual recurring revenue in under 2 years.
Wow, that's fast growth.
And their co-founders even shared their growth playbook, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Then, switching gears to robotics, Dyna Robotics raised a huge $120 million from big names like NVIDIA and Amazon.
For what specifically?
For their AI-powered robot arms.
Yeah.
It's part of this massive robotics boom, like $12.1 billion invested just this year.
It's clear the money and the innovation are just pouring in everywhere, isn't it? Absolutely exploding. We also saw OpenAI, and Harvard put out that big report on ChatGPT usage.
Yeah, the largest public one ever, I think.
Right. Showing common queries, how people really use it. And Google, DeepMind CEO, hinted at the #1 skill needed for this AI world.
What was it? Didn't say explicitly, but the hint points towards not just using AI, but really effectively directing it. Judgment, prompt crafting, that kind of thing. So all these different innovations, how do they reshape our daily interactions, our work lives?
They're pushing us towards faster, more intuitive, highly automated ways of doing things, demands new skills.
Building on that, let's shift focus now to practical applications. Powerful new tools for automation and maybe more excitingly creative work.
Yeah, where the rubber meets the road for a lot of us.
Exactly.
Okay, so for folks deep into automation, there are these new NAN workflow guides.
NAN. Remind us what a workflow is in this context.
Sure. An AN workflow is basically an automated sequence of tasks. It connects different apps and services together to do something automatically.
Got it. Like Zapier, but maybe more complex.
Yeah, often more customizable. So there's a guide on evaluating these workflows using actual test data to optimize them. No more guesswork.
That sounds useful. Data-driven automation.
And for the finance crowd, there's another guide showing how to build a no-code NAN workflow to analyze crypto, forex, stocks, all automatically.
Bringing automation to personal finance analysis. Interesting.
Yeah, bringing precision. You know, honestly, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Explain it.
It's that subtle thing where the AI's understanding of your instructions kind of shifts over time, even if you use the same prompt, keeping it consistent. It's a constant effort.
So crafting those prompts and optimizing the workflow is key.
It's a skill we all need to keep honing, definitely. Like trying to get a puppy to consistently fetch the right stick.
That's a good analogy. It really does highlight that shift from just using AI to like mastering the art of directing it precisely. And speaking of crafting things, Google's apparently got a new AI image tool that's making pro photo editors a bit nervous.
Oh yeah, this one's a potential game changer. It's incredibly powerful.
How so?
You can basically go from a simple selfie to something looking like a polished magazine cover just by typing commands.
Seriously, like make my hair look better or change the background to Paris.
Pretty much, but much more sophisticated. It interprets complex text commands to build and manipulate visuals. High-level editing becomes super simple.
Wow, so it really democratizes that kind of high-end visual work.
Absolutely. But, also raises questions about traditional photo editing roles.
And we're also seeing a flood of what we're calling new empowered AI tools just popping up constantly.
Yeah, a whole ecosystem.
Things like admin tools offers over 125 administrative tools in one place.
Handy.
Cliptory, which claims to turn a script straight into a YouTube video.
Script to video, getting better all the time.
Summa AI for generating personalized LinkedIn posts based on news.
Keeping that feed active.
And Prompt Prism, this one takes your, messy ideas and turns them into detailed prompts for advanced video models like VO3.
Ah, so helping with the prompt crafting itself.
Exactly. That's the core of prompt engineering, right? Crafting those precise instructions to get the AI to do exactly what you want. So how do these tools democratize these complex AI capabilities? How do they empower everyday users?
They basically make sophisticated tasks much more accessible, even if you don't have deep technical skills. Okay, let's do a quick run through some AI quick hits, get a feel for the industry pulse, maybe the human side of things, too.
Sounds good. What's buzzing?
Well, Sam Altman, OpenAI's CEO, admitted recently he hasn't slept well since GPT first launched.
Wow. Gives you a sense of the pressure, huh?
Totally. The immense stakes involved there. And speaking of OpenAI, China's Tencent just poached one of their prominent researchers.
Oh, ooh, the talent wars continue.
Fiercely competitive. Then, on a lighter note, Gemini had this funny moment failing to make a seahorse emoji. Made it seem like it briefly lost its mind.
Happens to the best of us, I guess. Even AI needs a moment.
Right, but then, kind of surprisingly, Gemini actually overtook ChatGPT as the top iOS app for a bit.
Really?
Mostly due to this weirdly viral banana moment it had. You just can't predict what captures the public's attention sometimes.
The internet is strange.
Tell me about it. And for the developers out there, OpenAI upgraded GPT-5 codecs.
That coding model.
Yeah, enhanced capabilities for writing code, debugging, all that jazz. So continuous progress under the hood.
Looking at these little snippets, what do they reveal about the human side of AI development beyond just the tech?
They really show both the intense pressures and the sometimes unexpected, almost quirky challenges in this whole AI race.
Okay, now here's where things get, I think, really interesting. Potentially paradigm shifting. We've talked a lot about current AI models, the ones most people know, but there's this fascinating AI view coming out of China. SpikingBrain 1.0.
Ah, yes, this is huge.
And it seems to directly challenge the whole NVIDIA stack dominance we see everywhere else.
It absolutely does. This could be a monumental development, seriously.
Yeah.
Chinese researchers unveiled this completely new neural-inspired AI system.
Neural-inspired, meaning...
Right. It literally mimics how our actual brains process information. And here's the kicker.
Okay.
It runs entirely on Chinese MetaX chips. Zero reliance on NVIDIA hardware. None.
Wow. So completely independent silicon.
Exactly. That's not just an engineering achievement. It's a massive strategic play for technological sovereignty.
So how is it fundamentally different? How does it work compared to, say, GPT-4 or Gemini?
Okay, so most current models work token by token, right? They process information sequentially, like reading word by word.
Right, piece by piece.
SpikingBrain 1.0 doesn't activate the whole model for every token. Instead, it mimics how neurons in our brain fire selectively. Only the needed parts activate.
Ah, like only using the relevant brain cells for a specific thought.
Precisely. It's called a neuromorphic approach, computing inspired directly by brain structure and function. And they've already trained pretty big models, 7 billion and 76 billion parameters, using this architecture.
That's impressive scale for such a different approach. It's not just a lab experiment then.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
And the efficiency gains are just staggering.
How efficient are we talking?
Get this. It used less than 2% of the training data standard models need, but it matched their performance on core language tasks.
Less than 2%, that's incredible.
And it was stable, ran for weeks without crashing. But here's the real headline number.
Go on.
On a massive 4 million token prompt, that's a huge amount of text, it ran 100 times faster than traditional models.
Beat 100 times faster.
100 times, whoa! Just imagine scaling that kind of efficiency. It's like stacking Lego blocks of data compared to, I don't know, building with bricks. It completely changes the economics and speed of AI.
100x is...
Ah.
That's almost hard to comprehend in this field.
Yeah.
That's a generational leap, not an incremental one. And I heard there's a public version people can try.
Yes, incredibly, they released a public version called Shunxi. It's free to test online.
And it runs on.
Fully hosted on those Chinese MetaX chips. It's a direct, real-world demonstration. Look, we can do this entirely without U.S. tech.
That's a powerful statement.
It really is. It feels like maybe the mouse moment for brain-like computing, the very beginning of something potentially huge. And it makes you ask, where are Meta's or OpenAI's neuromorphic projects? You have to assume they're working on something similar, right?
So how might this kind of brain-like computing, like SpikingBrain 1.0, fundamentally alter the AI development landscape and maybe global tech power?
It really promises vastly more efficient, maybe even self-sustaining AI that could dramatically shift the geopolitical tech balance.
Sponsor.
Mid-roll sponsor read.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it seems abundantly clear AI is transforming things incredibly rapidly. But it's crucial to see it's not a uniform way washing over everyone equally.
Definitely not.
We've seen these stark divides in global adoption. It highlights who's benefiting most right now and worryingly, where existing gaps might actually be getting wider.
The productivity gap issue?
Exactly. Yet, at the same time, there's this absolute explosion of innovation across everything, from personal tools letting one person build a media empire.
Yeah, the solo founder example.
To entirely new computing architectures, like China's SpikingBrain 1.0, challenging the very foundations of how we've been building AI.
It's a fascinating contrast.
It really is. The global AI race clearly isn't just about features anymore. It's about fundamental approaches, efficiency, and, increasingly, national technological sovereignty.
Yeah.
It's complex, dynamic, and just moving incredibly fast.
The pace really is immense, isn't it? We're seeing breakthroughs almost daily that make you rethink what's even possible, forces you to constantly recalibrate.
Constantly.
It makes you wonder, right? If AI can mimic our own brain's processes this efficiently, what new insights might that give us into human intelligence itself?
That's a deep question.
What comes next? When we really understand how to build intelligence inspired by biology, not just simulate it, lots to think about.
Indeed.
Thanks for diving deep with us today on Tiro Music.